A slightly different format for today's video. What I'm going to do is cram all the little news articles that I've seen throughout the week that I thought was interesting into one big video. I'll put links below, so if any of these apply to you, if you own any of these products and this news is applicable, then links below, click away. Pretty much here's what I found interesting this week on the web. What's new in the zoo, what's out there in the digital peloton, if you've got a bike and you're into tech, these things you may need to know about. Starting off with the Favero Asioma firmware update that was out this week to version 3.0. I've been beta testing a version a little bit below that with the same feature sets. It's been rock solid. The main issues or the main things addressed and updated within this is the unified Bluetooth channel. So left-right Bluetooth, you can get the data through one channel. Yay for Zwifters or anybody connecting to Bluetooth for those pedals for the Duo versions. This firmware update is for the Uno and the Duo, so the single-sided or dual-sided. There's also the manual zero offset available from within the app itself. Not a big one there. You can do offsets from within your head unit. Travel and ship mode for the Asioma Duos. If you are traveling with the units and things are moving around, they'll stay awake. You can shut them off and put them to sleep mode. But the irony of that though is when you're saving battery by traveling them with them in sleep mode, you still need to take your charger with you. So be aware of that. If you put the units into sleep mode, you need your charger to wake those ones up. A few other little updates there, the Era 99 killer if you've had that on any of your other head units with that, and a few minor improvements. So happy days there for Favero Asioma users whose pedals just become a little bit better through firmware. I also had to laugh at the email they sent out this week as well. Favero are based in Italy. English is not their first language. Obviously, if you listen to the channel, not mine either, according to some people. The article here states that Favero Asioma has topped itself again, thanks to you too. Oh, it topped itself. Okay, so the meaning there was it bettered itself. It became better than it previously was. However, to top yourself doesn't kind of mean the same thing. Anyway, we had a bit of a chuckle at that one. Another update in the world of updates, the Edge 820 has a significant update to version 10 this week in firmware-wise, and there's a massive changelog slab there. You can see that's quite a big. The standouts, Connect IQ 3.0. Connect IQ allows you to load custom apps that people have programmed onto your unit itself, so it extends the functionality quite significantly. There's also the Physio TrueUp update, which I haven't spoken about yet, but in a nutshell, it will synchronize all your activities across a watch, across multiple head units, put them in the cloud that you can view your stats as one, so you know where you're at fitness-wise. So your fitness tracking is a little bit more consistent across devices. More on that later on, but that's pretty cool. Also the Vario Radar RTL 510 updates. If you've had any issues at a coffee shop where the thing goes to sleep, it doesn't reconnect, hopefully those issues have now fixed. So just quickly touching on that one, yep, do your updates on the 820. It should be automatic. If not, make sure you force that update. The 520 also had an update a couple of weeks back as well with those Vario Radar updates. Next up in the update side of things, Zwift on the 25th of August pushed out quite a significant update. Now, the number one standout for here is the Zwift now sends riders' weight via ANT+ FEC to smart trainers. Ha ha! I did a video on this the other day about the significance or the importance of sending the correct weight to the trainer and how that impacts performance. If I was a 50 kilo rider on the Neo, flying up the hills, easy to turn the pedals. If I was 125 kilos on that trainer, that experience was a lot different. So Zwift are now sending that via ANT+ FEC. They were doing it via Bluetooth forever. I'm not quite sure why this flew so far under the radar. We weren't really told about it. That has the possibility of changing the experience quite significantly if you're above 75 kilos or below 75 kilos. What that means on the pedals, you'll probably need to change one gear up or down. So just be aware of that one. There has been a change to Zwift in regards to that. Other little updates there, Zwift Academy updates, more polished art on the Innsbruck course. The town sign of SDF has disappeared off the map. And a few other updates there. Jumping over to DCRainmaker.com, my source of a lot of tech stuff, as it should be for everyone else as well. Ray's also covered the Favero Asioma pedals and the updates, so if you want a deep dive on that, again, links below to Ray's articles on that one there. It's also Wearables Month for Ray, tons of wearable information over there. The Garmin Vivo Smart 4, Ray has covered in depth, and also first look at the Fitbit Charge 3. So again, links below to Ray's stuff. You should be subscribed to Ray's channel or his newsletter. All that stuff that Ray puts out there. Good quality stuff and a lot of information on wearables. Next up, Tariq over at smartbiketrainers.com has covered the Technogym Skill Bike. So a bit of a PR piece, this one from Technogym. They've just released what the bike actually is. Looks kind of interesting, like a spin bike. A few details there about the shifting and the compatibility, and we'll hold it right there. The compatibility. If they're taking a leaf out of the book of their My Cycling Smart Trainer, there's going to be big problems here. They're not serious about Zwift compatibility unless they have ANT+ FEC, Bluetooth FTMS, and true compatibility within Zwift. So, as I said at the end of my video on that trainer, they've got a lot of work to do on the firmware to make this a true contender. I'd really hope they've taken that feedback on board, or just simply check the sales of their units and people using their units on Zwift to then apply what needs to be the standards they need to implement to be a contender within Zwift. Not quite sure about that. It indicates here they have taken the leaf out of the book of their other trainer and not implement. Basically, you can't use it using FEC protocols to run Zwift on PC or Mac. So look, until that's resolved, that's going to be a non-starter and really of no interest at all for myself, especially for the Zwifting experience. It appears they want to keep everybody in their own ecosystem of software, which is cool, but they then can't come out and sell this as a Zwift-compatible bike when truly it's kind of not, and the experience is going to be horrible. So not much indication of pricing there either. So over at smartbiketrainers.com, again, links below for more information on that. Quick update on my ceramic speed video. That still continues to tick up. That's the #1 video ever produced from Eurobike ever, and also the #1 ceramic speed video ever on YouTube. So we kind of hit a bit of a gold mine with that. Again, Ray just grabbed the camera. I just sort of sat in front of it and we just spoke about, or I spoke about what we saw. Ray pointed the camera around, we uploaded the video, and we just kept doing about our stuff, and that video went crazy. So that's gone really well. 4.697 million views, through the roof. And as such, there's a lot of companies ripping that content off, but I guess once things out there in public, there's not much we can do. They're going to use that content for their own promotion and their own viral video attempts, I guess. So interesting to see, still growing, fun stuff. I'll finish up today with my roundup on the web here with a short Zwift tip. Samantha has just asked 7 hours ago over on Zwift Oz. She's having issues with an iPhone, sometimes connecting to Zwift, sometimes not. Now, what this issue is a very common issue if you're using the Smart Companion app on Zwift. So the mobile app that loads in conjunction with your Zwift session on your Mac or PC or anything you're actually riding Zwift on. You can pull out a phone and connect to it. It becomes a secondary head unit. For that to work and that to switch into that secondary head unit mode or ride mode, you need to be on the same Wi-Fi network or the same network as your Zwift machine. They are cross-compatible with absolutely everything. So if I was to run the companion app on Android, I can then connect to my Apple TV with Zwift session, my iPad Zwift session, my PC Zwift session. They're all cross-compatible because it works over the network itself. But the key there is to be on the same network. If you're on a mobile phone network and you're not connected to Wi-Fi on this, it's not going to connect. So give that one a shot. That's a tip from there. Also, quick mail time. We have a book sent to us from Felicity from Body Talk. Again, links below. I was part of a podcast a couple of weeks back with Felicity. Thank you for joining the podcast. Great to connect and meet face-to-face live, etc., etc., etc. So thanks to Felicity for that. High Performance Habits, good book that I should take a few leaves out of this book, I guess, so to speak. But High Performance Habits, something we need to develop for our training, which is definitely consistency and things like that. So for the business side of things, I'm keen on that one. So again, thanks to Felicity for that. I'll put a link below to that podcast. If you're interested in just generally what I'm up to, what I do, if you're new to the channel, it'll give you a background about where I've come from, what I'm doing, what I'm up to, and everything you're seeing here recently. Again, thanks for watching on this one. We've crammed in quite a bit for that. So in summary, for Vero Asiomi users, carry that if you're traveling, even if you put your pedals into sleep mode, do your firmware updates, even on your Garmin's, and happy days. If you see any news that you'd like me to cover or talk about or think that's interesting, hit me up below on the comments because I need to know what's out there. Again, there's all the websites that I visit to check what's out there, and let us know what you use to keep a track of all the news and tell us what's interesting. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.